5 off-road campers. Real specifications, straight from the spec sheets. No fluff, just the numbers that matter when you are 100 miles from the nearest power outlet. We are counting down 5 of the most capable off-grid trailers you can tow behind a truck today. From a nimble pop top you can drag down a quad trail, to a full off-grid apartment on wheels. Stay with me for number 1. It is a monster. Number 5. The Mission Overland Summit. This one is built for people who count every pound and every inch. It is an all-aluminum pop-top trailer, so there is no wood in the build to rot or soak up water. Drop the roof, and it tows low and tight. Pop the top at camp, and you are standing in over 7 feet of interior headroom. Small trailer outside, tall room inside. That is the whole trick. The Summit carries 37 gallons of fresh water, feeding a slide-out kitchen and an outdoor shower. Power is a 100 amp-hour lithium battery managed by a Victron system, right from your phone over Bluetooth, and some owners run dual batteries and rooftop solar on top of that. Heat comes from a Truma Combi-D, one unit that warms the cabin and your hot water at the same time. Add the Truma slide-out fridge freezer and a Dometic cooktop and sink combo, and this little trailer cooks like a big one. Underneath is where the Summit earns the word off-road. Heavy-duty Timbren suspension gives it 22 inches of ground clearance on 17-inch wheels, and the whole underbelly is protected by skid plates running front to back. Rocks, ruts, washouts. It is simple, it is tough, and it is ready for all of it. That is number 5. Number 4. The Xpedition Voyager. This is the modular one, and its party trick is the roof. The entire roof is load-rated and completely walkable. It will carry a 350-pound Bush Company rooftop tent and still take over 500 pounds of gear beside it. Run it without the tent, and that roof is rated for over 1,000 pounds. Kayaks, gearboxes, traction boards, whatever the trip needs. The Voyager is less a trailer and more a build platform. You get 36 gallons of onboard fresh water, and here is the clever part. There is no gray tank and no black tank to manage. Less plumbing, less winterizing, less to go wrong. Power runs through a REDARC RedVision system with 2 control screens, one inside, one outside, and it supports up to 400 watts of solar, either up on the tent or portable panels on the ground. Everything about this camper assumes you are parking it somewhere with no hookups at all. Heat and hot water come from a Truma system, with ducted heat run directly behind the outdoor kitchen, so your water lines keep working down to 0 degrees. There is a dedicated shelf with ports for a Zero Breeze M2 portable air conditioner, plus a Dometic stove and sink. The arc leveling jacks are strong enough to lift a whole side of the camper off the ground to change a tire. Standard rubber is a 31-inch BFGKO3 with 33 and 35-inch upgrades on a Toyota bolt pattern. That is number 4. Number 3. The Patriot Campers X3 Generation 2. Patriot builds these in Australia, and it shows. This generation standardizes the body to the smaller X1 size, 150 millimeters shorter than the original, with the longer extended drawbar and a 36-degree departure angle. Translation: it folds up small, it tucks in tight behind your truck, and it will follow you off ledges and up switchbacks that would strand a full-size trailer. The X3 carries 150 liters of water and a 75-liter dual-zone fridge freezer. Total payload is 440 kilograms, about 970 pounds. Fill the water, load the fridge, and you are still left with just under 200 kilograms for cargo. Power is a pair of 150 amp-hour gel batteries managed by REDARC RedVision and Rogue Systems with an external plug-in for solar. It is a proper electrical backbone in a camper this compact. Camp comfort is handled by a Truma Combi-D, a diesel unit that does both space heating and hot water, plus a Dometic multi-burner stove with wind walls on gas struts. Underneath, a heavy-duty Australian steel chassis rides on X-Cruise progressive rate airbag suspension, with 12-inch electric brakes on 17x9 PCOR wheels. This is the camper you buy when the road ends early and often. That is number 3. Number 2. The Boreas EOS-12, built in Pueblo, Colorado. This is a hybrid pop-top. Hard walls all around with a roof that lifts to give you 6 feet 6 inches of standing room inside. It runs 20 feet from tongue to tail and just 6 feet wide, so it tracks neatly behind your truck on a tight trail. Dry weight is 3,750 pounds with a tongue weight around 400, and the GVWR runs 55 to 5,700 pounds. Now the numbers that make the EOS-12 special. 50 gallons of fresh water and a 40-gallon gray tank, so you are not catching sink water in a bucket. 540 amp hours of battle-born lithium batteries come standard, with an option to double it to 1,080. That feeds a 3,000-watt Victron inverter, with 400 watts of solar standard and up to 1,000 watts on the roof, all run through a Garmin control panel. Off-grid, that is, house power. Heat and hot water run through the Truma Combi. The fridge is a 96-liter dual-zone Truma unit, and the air conditioner is a Truma Aventa rooftop design meant to run off-grid on battery and solar. Underneath, it rides on Cruisemaster XT freestyle airbag suspension. Adjust the pressure on the fly, let it level itself automatically, and roll on method wheels wrapped in BFG all-terrain tires. 4 seasons, no hookups, no problem. That is number 2. And number 1, the MDC XT12 HR. If the others are campers, this is a small off-grid apartment on wheels. The box is just over 12 feet long, but tip to tip, it stretches 18 feet 2 inches, 7 feet 6 wide, and 9 feet 10 tall to the top of the air conditioner. Dry weight is 4,340 pounds against a GVWR of 6,147. That leaves almost 2,000 pounds of cargo capacity. Bring the toys. Water is where the XT12 gets clever. 42 gallons of fresh water, plus a completely separate second fresh tank dedicated to flushing the toilet. That means you can top the flush tank from a stream or a lake without ever touching your drinking water. Power is a 400 amp hour lithium battery with a 3,000 watt Renogy inverter and 350 watts of solar standard. Add the optional panels, and you can run 950 watts of total solar. This trailer is built to just stay out there. Heat is an 11,000 BTU Truma Vario heat furnace. Hot water is a Truma Aqua Go on-demand unit, so the shower runs as long as your tanks do. The kitchen works indoors or out, with a Thetford cooktop pushing 1 burner at 9,800 BTU and 2 more at 6,300. Under it all sits a hot-dipped galvanized frame with a lifetime warranty, independent A-arm suspension with 4 heavy-duty gas shocks and load-range E tires on 16-inch alloy wheels. That is number 1. So that is the countdown. The Nimble Summit, the Modular Voyager, the Fold-Out X3, the 4-season EOS-12, and the Go Anywhere MDC XT12 HR. 5 very different answers to the same question. How far off the pavement do you want to live? Tell me in the comments which one you would tow, and where you would take it. If this video helped you, a like and a subscribe genuinely help the channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you out there.